welcome to my madness, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new retro carded Ghost Rider. I picked this one up actually a couple weeks ago and just haven't cracked it open yet. Been waiting to get a chance to do this video so I can crack it open because I'm kind of excited. And look, I know all the downsides to this figure going into it. I know it's basically complete reuse and all that stuff, but I just feel like there's not enough Ghost Rider figures, and while I would have loved for this to have been a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, which is my personal favorite Ghost Rider, and I think, honestly, a lot of people's personal favorite Ghost Rider, I'm always down for more Ghost Riders. So let's go ahead, take a look at this thing. We've got it in the package here. Looks pretty cool. Love the retro carded stuff. One of the few things Hasbro's still doing great. But we've got that. We got the character description on the back. Just nice old school look. I love it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, crack this guy open, and see what we've got inside. All right, so we got him out of the package. We'll take a look at accessories real quick. First, we've got these right here. We've seen these flame effects that go on the arms 100 times, so, you know, nothing really special about that, but you get them if you want them. Then, of course, we do got a couple of spare hands, which I've heard some people complain about these. I actually like these. I think they're kind of cool. You got the little skeleton hands with the flame effects on them. I may end up posing him with these hands. I don't know yet. Then, of course, you do get his flaming chain, and makes me wish we could go back to kind of the old school Toy Biz days, because, you know, maybe we would have gotten an actual chain. Would have been cool, but I guess this is okay for what it is. It's not great, but it's okay. And then we get to the spare head, and I don't like this at all. This does not scream Ghost Rider to me. This more screams like, you know, Johnny Storm, you know, Human Torch, where his hair's on fire or something. If they wanted to do a good job on a spare head for Ghost Rider, what they should have done is, you know, give us mostly human head, Danny Ketch preferably, but, you know, Johnny Blaze, whatever. And then have on the front the skull here where the flames are like eating the skin off of his face. And his hair and everything else is normal. That would have looked way cooler instead of just having his hair be on fire. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess I can use this as like a Human Torch head or something, but I'm certainly not going to use it on this Ghost Rider figure. I'm just not. I don't like that head at all. So, all right, we've got the figure itself, and look, this is all reuse. We've seen this figure before for Ghost Rider. There's nothing new here whatsoever. This is an old figure with older articulation, and it works for Ghost Rider. It's fine. You know, certainly there's a lot of customizers out there that are going to be doing a lot of stuff with this. I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it as is. But I can certainly understand why people would want to customize this, because there's some decent stuff here. I mean, it's a solid Ghost Rider figure. We've just had it for a really long time, and they just keep reusing the same thing over and over again, and especially for fans like me that want a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, this is not the right body or sculpt to be using for that. So, I mean, how many times are we going to get Johnny Blaze? I mean, come on. He wasn't even honestly that popular. Danny Ketch was the Ghost Rider that made Ghost Rider popular back with his comic run for over a decade. So I don't know why it's so hard to get him, but here we are. The only one we have of Danny Ketch is the old school Toy Biz one, which I do have, and I do love that figure, but it's an old, gangly looking figure. But anyway, not going to go into articulation on this guy or anything like that, because there's really no need to. But, you know, old school, 10-year-old now at this point, I guess. Articulation works fine the way you would expect, and the figure's decent. You know, I do like the figure. It could just be better for a, you know, modern Marvel Legend. But it's okay. I mean, you've got everything you need there. You know, you got the motorcycle boots, you got the pants, you know, he's got the jacket on with the chain and everything. You know, you've got the belt. You've got the head sculpt there, which does look great, and I do like the fact that his jaw actually opens. I think that's cool. Maybe some potential there for using some flame effects for something coming out of his mouth. So that's decent. You know, it's a solid figure, but not a great figure. It certainly could have been way better, especially given how old this figure is. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is, and much like Spider-Man, I'm kind of a Ghost Rider simp, and I love Ghost Rider, so I bought it just like everybody did. But it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. It's solid. I'm still okay with it. Now, of course, obviously, the big sin that Hasbro committed with this figure is the fact that we don't get a motorcycle with it. I mean, it's freaking Ghost Rider, for God's sake, and he doesn't have a motorcycle, especially since this is one of the figures that retail is, what, 28 bucks or something, or maybe even a little more than that. I don't remember. So, I mean, come on. I mean, add an extra 10 bucks and give us a motorcycle or something. I don't know. Seems crazy to me, but it is what it is, I guess. But I am working on a motorcycle for him, which I will have in a separate video, so be looking out for that. But in the meantime, the figure's decent. Okay, we've seen it before, but it's decent. Now let's go ahead, throw him up with some other figures and see how he stacks up. Alright, so first we got to compare him to some other Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider related figures. So of course we've got Vengeance there on the right. Don't have his motorcycle, need to get that, but I still really like this figure. But I'm a fan of Toy Biz figures just in general. Their Marvel Legends and Spider-Man Classics I thought were fantastic. He certainly could be bigger, especially with modern figures. He's just not big enough, but still love that figure. And then of course we've got the Marvel Select Ghost Rider that also did not come with a motorcycle, but still a solid figure. Looks really good. Looks much more like Johnny Blaze, but articulation pretty bad on that one. Then, of course, we've got my personal favorite Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch, the old school Toy Biz Danny Ketch with his motorcycle. This is a great figure. I love this figure. The motorcycle's a little small and kind of goofy looking, but still absolutely love that figure. But all in all, I think the new one, you know, stands up pretty well to the rest of these and the other Ghost Rider figures that are out there. Again, lots of reuse here, but still, it's a solid Ghost Rider figure. Alright, so for some other Marvel Legends 6-inch scale comparisons here, of course, we've got two mainstays of Marvel Comics. We've got Captain America. This, of course, is the 20th anniversary Captain America. And then, of course, the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. Two figures I absolutely love and made my top 10 last year. Love these figures. And I like that Ghost Rider is actually taller than Captain America, because I think he should be. He's basically a demon for all intents and purposes. And I think he should be a taller, more imposing character. And so I like the height on this figure, even though it is a lot of reuse. I think it still works really well in a Marvel Legends display. Alright, so before we talk about price here real quick, just take a look at this guy. He's got the hands, he's got the mouth open, he's got the chain, and while there are problems with this older figure, it still looks pretty cool, I gotta be honest here. So now we will talk about price here, and this guy's going for 28 bucks and up retail. I can't remember exactly if this is one of the $28 ones or one of the $32 figures that Marvel Legends is putting out now, but the question, of course, is at retail, whether it's 28 or 32, is it worth it? Honestly, no, it's not. I mean, this is an old figure with a little bit of new deco, and that's about it. As I said, the head that comes with it, the spare head, just kind of sucks, and it doesn't really come with any new accessories. It doesn't come with a motorcycle. Retro card is cool, but I can't sit here and say it's worth it. Like, it's okay, and I got it because I'm a Ghost Rider fan, and I am glad I got it, but, like, honestly, if I'm advising anybody out there on whether or not they should get it, like, it's kind of not worth it. So just understand that, you know, you're gonna pay a decent chunk of money for a figure that's okay. I mean, and if that's okay with you, by all means, go ahead. Now, to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing out there on the secondary market, because this figure is very, very hard to find at retail. This thing's going for 50 bucks, and there is no way I would pay 50 bucks for this, even as a Ghost Rider fan. It's just not worth that in any way, shape, or form, okay? There are other older Ghost Rider figures that you can get that are cool that don't cost $50. Now, there's not a lot of them because there hasn't been a lot of Ghost Rider figures, but they are out there, and there's certainly better figures than this in Ghost Rider already. And if you're going to drop 50 bucks, why not spend a little bit more and get a better figure? That's my opinion. So I don't think it's worth it at retail. I definitely don't think it's worth it on the secondary market, but I gotta admit, I'm still glad I picked it up. I still like it. I still think it's gonna look good on the shelf. I just think it costs too much for what it is. So That's kind of my opinion, guys. Would love to hear what you guys think. Do you have this figure? Do you want this figure? If you've got it, what do you think of it? Do you care at all about Ghost Rider? Would love to hear what you guys say down below in the comments section. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for the video I'm going to be doing on a motorcycle for this guy. And always remember to enjoy your collection.